Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's the author Andrew Snorton, and you're joining me for the Fast 15, as we usually do every first and third Wednesday, about a little bit after 1 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, and every second and fourth Wednesday, about 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We take about 15 minutes, kind of pause, check up, check in, enjoy an encouraging note, couple of announcements, and get you on your way. So we appreciate you guys supporting us ever since we started doing this back in April of 2020. Actually, it was on April 1st, 2020. I know, no fooling. So here we are 3 years later doing our weekly checkup, check-in, things along those lines. To stay connected with me, make sure to add me on Facebook at the page Author Andrew Snorton, Instagram, Twitter, and YouTube at AuthorASnorton. Make sure to click on the link in the bio for my Instagram, AuthorASnorton, to check out the press and media, all the interviews, press and media kit that we'll update in a little bit, and a few other items. And make sure you go through the website for all the great info that's in there. If you have any requests for speaking engagements, like booking me for speaking engagements, autograph copies of any of the books, things along those lines, you may email me at AuthorASnorton@gmail.com. And I appreciate you guys bearing with me. As you can tell, getting over allergy attack, it's spring, it's pollen. It sometimes is not the greatest mix. So hopefully I'm not going to cough or anything along those lines. But seriously, it is allergies. I sounded worse on Sunday. Seriously, I really did. So I hope everybody is doing well. As we always start off with any of our talks, we always want to acknowledge people that might not be doing so great. We know that there are people that are really dealing and struggling with some things: physical health issues, mental health issues, sometimes family related, community related, job related, things along those lines. So there are people that are really going through some tough times, and we want to acknowledge people. Definitely, we acknowledge, your feelings, because you have every right to feel some kind of way. But by the same token, don't let that spill over into something negative where you're hurting yourself, you're hurting other people, things along those lines. Do not be afraid to seek out help. If what you're going through requires professional help, please go get it. If something requires you just to change up how you do things along those lines, identify constructive ways to deal with whatever hurdle is going on. We want to see you in person and not visit you. And that's not just that type of visit, it's another type of visit. So please do the constructive things you need to protect, your health and well-being. And by the same token, we know there's folks that are doing extremely well. New job, new house, new, just a new outlook. They're really hitting their stride professionally, community-wise. We want to say congratulations to you if that, sounds like you. You have every right to celebrate, because you know what you've had to work through in order to get to where you are. Don't overdo it, because we still want to see you around. And also, even in the midst of us doing well, let's not forget folks who may not be doing as well, because once upon a time that was us. It could be us down the road, because we know things can sometimes change in a heartbeat. So celebrate the victory, small or big, like I always say at the end of our talks. And just pause and keep going. Pause and keep going forward. So again, hopefully those words help those who are doing pretty well and those who might not be, all the way there. So looking at today's chat, as we're pulling from quotes and notes, something's on the horizon. And I was going to pull from a different quote, but after a phone call today, I think this one's a little bit more timely. It's a simple original quote that I came up with that not only helps me, but hopefully it helps others. So I want to say the quote of the day is "Love on the young stars." So I'm going to mention that one more time. Love on the young stars. Now, I would always refer to the young stars as our young people, kids in elementary school, middle school, high school, the whole speaking life into them. But young stars don't necessarily have to be young people. Think about adults that we know in their 20s, their 30s, or they might be young in regards to, let's say, their expertise in something or their membership in certain organizations. And it's okay to speak life into people. It's okay when someone does something constructive to acknowledge that. I think a lot of times we wait to speak life until someone does something big. But something big might have been the person that struggled to get out of bed and finally did, or the person that is struggling finding their balance and they start walking with or without help. It could be where you didn't burn something while you were cooking. Like, it's okay to speak life. It's okay to speak encouragement. And I got reminded of that twice today. One is from a younger member of my fraternity. As some of you know, I'm a member of Alpha Phi Alpha Fraternity Incorporated, and we're in the same graduate chapter. And while he's younger than me, trust me, he doesn't have all this salt and pepper going on. But while he's younger than me in regards to age, in regards to number of years in the fraternity, there's some good things that he's doing in regards to serving in leadership, speaking, his mind, sharing his expertise, things along those lines. And I had to take time to acknowledge that. But in doing that, now all of a sudden people, as we know, feed off of energy. And when you can put positive energy out there as best as possible, you never know what's going to happen, including having it come back your way. Now we know, sometimes every once in a while, people are kind of, this way and that way and kind of moody. But speak constructively when you can to people. Speak to what they are doing, and you'll be surprised of how much more they might actually do. So again, the quote is love on the young stars. Let's continue to speak constructive things into our young people, K through 12. Let's try to, give some solid examples too, but let's speak with these folks and speak into them. But let's speak into, younger adults, like let's say in their 20s, 30s, 40s. We need to hear it sometimes. So I thank that individual for, speaking into me, and I'm going to continue to speak into him, and that's all it is. So that's from Quotes and Notes. Something's on the horizon. Obviously, Amazon, Barnes & Noble, participating bookstores. You already know the drill. So a couple of quick things as we get ready to wind down with our chat. Thank you to all the media outlets, including ID 104, Lily Mae, the collective had a great interview with her last Wednesday. Make sure to check it out on her IG, and you also check it out on my YouTube, which is AuthorASnorton. Excited this coming Saturday, 12 p.m. Central Standard Time. One of the great radio outlets, Mr. Brian Mims, who is host of one of the afternoon sports shows, will be having me on his radio show as a phone interview guest. So I'll be posting the info on my social media and related info probably tomorrow and Friday, but make sure to check it out. Check me out. Speaking of Birmingham, April 20th, 8 a.m. Central Standard Time. Make sure to tune in to ABC 3340 for the show Talk of Alabama. I will be a guest on the show, so make sure to tune in, watch, share, like, all that type of stuff. Check me out April 22nd from 11 a.m. to 4 p.m. Central Standard Time at the Harbert Center in Birmingham, Alabama. I'm one of the participating authors for the Behind the Ink Book Festival, hosted by Me Time Book Club. So many thanks to them. Other stuff that's coming up. I know. In May, there's a couple of different things going on. Shouts to our colleagues at the Alphas of Atlanta. Alpha Derby weekend coming up May 4th through 7th, 2023. It's a great Kentucky Derby themed event hosted by the nonprofit Alphas of Atlanta, which is made up of members of Alpha Phi Alpha Fraternity Incorporated. So make sure, if you're looking for a great event and supporting a great cause, make sure to check them out, please. It's really a nicely done event. Let's see, May 13th, check me out in Louisville, Kentucky at Fonte's Coffee. We'll set the time soon. Yes, I'll do a book signing. Yes, of course, make sure to get the AuthorASnorton blend. This is the medium roast, but we'll have two big things that we're going to drop on May 13th. So make sure, if you're in the Ville, definitely check us out. And May the 20th, check me out online through Black Writers Workspace. I'll be one of the speakers for their upcoming writers panel. So I'll start posting that info. It is a ticketed event. You need to register for it. But make sure to check not only me out, but some other amazing authors that are going to be dropping some gems on May 20th. May 25th, just before Memorial Day weekend, we'll be teaming up with I Am Rooted for the next edition of the Sip and Flow series. It launched in in February. It is awesome. Shouts to Erica, the owner, who's celebrating her birthday today. Y'all, she's amazing. I Am Rooted is amazing, and I'm glad to be able to partner with them. And we've got some more things coming up this summer, so you make sure you want to check it out. So as we get ready to wind down, again, thank you for taking and making the time to support, encourage, motivate, all that type of thing, decompress, pause, you name it. All those things hopefully are not only helping you, but they are helping me. And I hope it really is helping, what we're doing is helping people. Again, Facebook, add the page Author Andrew Snorton, Instagram, Twitter, and YouTube, AuthorASnorton. Excuse me. When you click on the link in the bio for Instagram, it takes you to my press and media. Check out the interviews. There's going to be more coming and more news coming up, so make sure to check me out. You may email me at AuthorASnorton@gmail.com for autographed copies of the books, information on the audiobooks, the coffee partnership with Fonte's Coffee, some other good things. So make sure to check me out. And I just want to say thank you to everybody lending support. Like, you guys, every kind note, kind word. Like, I tell you what, I really appreciate everybody lending support as best as possible. Thank you for liking, sharing, reposting, all that type of stuff. It really does mean a lot. It really does. And trying to think if there's anything else. I think those are the main things for right now. So as we get ready to wind down, just as a reminder, whether small or big, a victory is a victory. Whether slow or swift, movement is movement. Keep it victorious. Keep it moving. Ladies and gentlemen, I'll see you next week. But definitely check out the social media for the updates for this Saturday's radio interview. All right, guys. Take care, and I'll see you soon.